Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. icymovezz here. I hope you all have been enjoying Ragnarok as I did. It was just phenomenal. The way they wrapped up this series, the combat, everything was just an absolute 10 out of 10 for me personally. I just want to thank Santa Monica Studios for doing such a good job. I hate using the word perfect, but it's pretty close to perfect. But anyway, today I'm just going to be discussing things like runic attacks, stats, armor, etc. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So what I have been loved using from throughout my whole playthrough is this grip of the Fallen Alchemist. It served me so well compared to the other grips, just because it really balanced out my stats perfectly how I wanted it. Because what I look for in an overall build is balance. Like that's all I look for really. Because I don't like everything else being higher than my luck being 0 or 2 or 4. You know what I mean? It just to me it just doesn't make sense. But and the way they set up the gear system this time is actually you can wear different pieces of armor to complement your style, which is great. But anyway, before we get into that stuff, this is what I've been using. The grip of the Fallen Alchemist. You get that in Vanaheim. I'm pretty sure from doing a side quest. The light runic attack, Hell's Touch. I've been absolutely loving this over the other ones because the fact that you can do it twice this time. It follows up a burst by quickly pressing R1, and this is like good against any boss, like big bosses, dragons, small enemies, anything. That's why I kept this throughout my whole playthrough. Didn't bother changing it. My heavy runic attack, sorry, is Valdi's Anvil. This is also just another great one personally for me because the cooldown's 89 seconds, man. Like you get this thing back so quick, and once again, it does a double slam once it's fully upgraded, right? So as you can see, it goes bomb, then comes back up. Oh, it doesn't actually show up, but yeah, you get two attacks with that, and it's just so amazing. Like I use this, the Breath of Tharmor, if I'm like doing small enemies, but if I'm fighting a boss, I'm definitely whacking this thing on. Um, Move on to the Blades of Chaos. So I use the Pummels on the Nine Realms. You won't have this yet if you haven't finished the game. I actually got this from versing a Berserker. Um, and it gives you actually another form of realm shift, which is crazy to me once your immolation is full, which is so OP for like because you constantly build it up once you got all your stats up. So this is a great piece for me. But what I was using before, I think it was the which one was it? This one. Agile Deceit. That served me well throughout the main playthrough. So if you're looking for a decent pummel, that's probably a good one to go with. My light runic attack, Cyclone to Chaos, because obviously, once it's fully upgraded, you can hold that thing and it goes for ages, man. Like, and this goes for the big bosses, small enemies, anything. It's just a huge help. Heavy runic attack, Tame the Beast, because I was just blown away by this because once again, once you fully upgrade this, you can just press R2, R2, R2. It feels like it just goes for 20 seconds, man. It's OP as hell. I would use the Meteoric Slam, but it's just a cooldown for me. 148 seconds is way too long. Alright, go into the spear now. So I use the Battle Scarred Sorota. Um, just because the other ones, like I said, it didn't really balance out my stats the way I wanted it to. Like, it always brought down something way too low or just something like that. And yeah, I found like this was like the perfect one for me personally. Light Runic Attack, Whisper of the World. This was great. Um, but the thing is, right? Wait, hold on. You see, all these other ones are pretty good, but when it comes to like overall damage, I'm looking for stun, damage, and force, right? And this just does all three. So that's definitely the way to go when you pick this up in your playthrough, trust me. Um, and the Finger of Ruin. This is actually something you get from killing all the ravens and going to the Odin tree. And you get this as a runic attack, and I was just so shocked because this is ridiculous. Look at the damage, look at the force, look at the stun, right? This is just something you want. So I'd highly suggest killing the ravens. Um, as a part of your playthrough or even after it. And with the shields, I use the Dauntless shield because I'm a huge parry guy. It controls the fight, controls the combat. So this is just a go-to for me personally. But if you're not going to use the Dauntless shield, um, when you reach, I think it was Helheim, eventually you end up getting this Onslaught shield, which is great because you can run at an enemy. And if they've chucked like a runic attack or a rage attack, you can absorb it and hit them with it. So it's pretty OP. So yeah, if I'm not using that, I'm using that. In my Spartan Rage, obviously had to go with the Wraith just because of what it does. When you activate this, it goes throughout your whole weapons, the Blaze of Chaos, the Violent Axe, and your Spear. So if you hit that Rage, it makes your weapons twice as strong. And if you got your Rage bar like filled up, I'm sure you can imagine the amount of damage you can do with this thing, especially against like big bosses. And with the Relic, of course, I had to go with the Realm Shift because I was using Realm Shift armor at the start of the game, and then once I found out you get this by killing Heimdall, it just completely game changer for me. Like all the other relics are amazing. I'm bound to try them out, but just for now, I'm using the Realm Shift like 100%. Anyway, onto armor. Um, so for the chest piece, I use the Fate Breaker because overall, it's got luck, it's got vitality, strength, defense, and that for me was balanced. So that's why I personally whacked this on. You get this at the end of the game, just before you go into the fight for Ragnarok. So yeah, had to get that on. And the braces are the Undying Peries, I'm pretty sure. Sorry if I said that wrong, but you get this in Muspelheim from doing the Muspelheim challenges. I'm pretty sure I just had to do 6 to get the whole armor set. So it's actually not that hard to do. I'd personally, if you're like halfway through your playthrough, I would definitely stop by Muspelheim and get this armor pieces just because it actually helps you probably up to halfway throughout the game, I'd say. Because as you can see, the cooldown, the runic, the strength is just really good, but also increases the game rate of permafrost, immolation, and maelstrom skill gauges, which is super important in this game for me personally, anyway. Um, the Manny's Belt of Wisdom. I was throughout the game constantly contemplating what I wanted to put on. This was a huge struggle for me, but for some reason, this one just balanced out my gear so well. Like, as you can see, none of my stats are below 90, and that's what I personally was trying to achieve with this game. Um, I just didn't want to be lacking in any form of way, because I know the bosses just get harder and harder, you know what I mean? So if you find this belt, I'd highly suggest putting it on. Onto amulets, I use all the Vanaheims, all the Alfheims, just because increases Kratos' melee damage against status-afflicted enemies based on his luck. My luck is up there, and I feel this working as a treat every time I fight anyone. And the Alfheims, this is good for me because I'm a last-second dodger type of player, always have been on these God of War games. So the next attack after you do a dodge is going to be a powerful attack, basically. And I'm constantly doing that. So this is a huge help for me. Emblem of Illusion. This was actually in the old 2018 game. When you killed one of the Valkyries, you'd get a burst of speed and travel and increased distance when evading. So I found out when you could get this, I whacked that stuff on straight away. I had to put it on because I'm sure you know it's like basically double rolling, but you're rolling in one, evading in one. Sorry. So I had to whack this on. Just make sure you have a cooldown of 60, so otherwise you won't be able to use it. Um, Emblem of the Nine Realms increases melee damage during realm shifts, right? And that's going with my realm shift that I got from Heimdall. So both them combined are creating a massive damage outright for me. And for my last one, the Memento of the Ailing. This just does like the permafrost, immolation, maelstrom skills, charge up faster when hitting a status inflicted enemy. And I'm sure you know you're constantly doing, stun damage. Um, especially when your stats are up there. So this is a huge thing for me. My stuff charges up so fast, man. Like I trialed and errored this for a while, and yeah, this was the perfect one for me personally. It was just great. But I hope this video is helpful to anybody that's looking for overall balance and stats. It can be a bit daunting at the start because there is a lot to work with. You get a lot of relics, you get so much stuff, but just make sure you're looking for balance. That's what helps my playthrough so much. Obviously, everyone's gonna have their own play style, so you gotta kind of cater to what you like to do and the moves you like. But if you're struggling and you want some help, I hope this helps in any way. But yeah, stay safe, have a good week, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.
Please don't go, please don't go.